welcome back to the channel. Battle of the Legends is on its way. We also have the new 25th anniversary box that has been announced. So there's a lot of cards to talk about. But before we get into all that, I do want to talk about this card that I have right here on the screen. So just real quick, please feel free to like and subscribe. To the channel really helps out. If not, it is all good. We just want to get this get this info out. So Mikanko Water Arabesque. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it as is. Sometimes I have a hard time pronouncing some of these words, so I'm just gonna go and leave this one as it is. I actually pulled this card about yesterday. Actually, it depends on like when this video comes out. But yesterday I actually did pull this card, and I mentioned in the video that this is the ultra rare that you don't really want to pull, but it's actually not that far off from the one that I was talking about, which was the actual the actual ritual monster. But still, this card does actually come at a pretty good price. It was actually pretty low in the beginning of the month, going for about $6, but it has almost it has like over doubled in price. Actually, I would say almost doubled and over doubled in price. Right now you get this card for about $14.98, $14.99, so we're looking about a $15 range for this card. Originally I thought this was like maybe a $2 to $3 card, but then when I went back to look at it after the video, I remember when I went to post the card, I realized that it was kind of in the $16 to $15 range. So be wary that these cards are like there is a lot of hype surrounding this, so you just never know. Like, these cards could even double from this price. I actually might go ahead and jump in, because I did say I was gonna pick up a little more of these cards. I actually ended up not picking them up because I got really busy. But right now I'm looking at this chart like, yeah, that was very much a dumb decision. I should have went and got my couple of places like I wanted to. And then the other card that I wanted to pick up that I didn't get any copies of was Ohime, the Manifest Mikanko. This card was low. This is the same thing, $12.98, but around the same time as the other spell card, it has been going up. Went down, but now it's starting to go up again. So it looks like you get this card around the $20 mark. This card at one point was going way higher, was like kind of more in the $30, maybe even like $40 range. In all honesty, like I can't remember exactly, but it was kind of over $30 at one point. So this card does have some it does have more room to kind of like climb up to its more like original hype price, but the hype is still climbing for this card. This card is worth about $20. You get this for $20.50, and then $19.95 with the $1 shipping. So looking for about $20 to $21 for the Manifest Mikanko. The other cards in the archetype are actually extremely cheap. You do have the collector rares, so if you want to like go super high rarity, it's extremely expensive. We're looking at like $60 for the collector rares for the Hira, and then the Nini is like $41, and then the Rondo is like $31, $32. So it is a lot for the collector rare stuff, but everything else for the deck, and even all those cards I just mentioned, can be picked up for literally like 8 to 9 cents. So I wouldn't really worry too much about getting the deck going like too expensive, but like basically the whole idea is, since everything else is extremely low rarity and extremely cheap, these two cards right here are like, it would make sense for this could go to like 30 and this could go to 40 if this becomes like a really good usable engine that we need in the TCG. So I kind of in the beginning I kind of talked about reprints that were affecting the market, but another way that reprints affect the market is when you reprint a whole bunch of cards for a popular or like a popular archetype, or maybe like a current meta relevant archetype, and you either leave out, or you kind of are forced to leave out a certain card in that archetype, because in this case there's no need, because this card came in Photon Hypernova, so there's really no need to reprint any of like this card in any of the new sets, because it's kind of newer than the other Labyrinth cards. So like kind of like taking that in mind, this card was about $3, $3 to $4, and now it's kind of like starting to go back up. We're looking at, you get this card, you get a Light Plate First Ed for about $5. Let's see, the 416 with $1, 516, so like about $6. Damage First Ed, $5.99. $6 for like near mint first edition. So we're looking at $6 for this card. Like originally a couple weeks ago, you could get this card for about $3 to $4, and now we're looking at $6 to $7 for this card. I would not be surprised if Big Welcome Labyrinth goes to like $10 to $12, simply because of the Flandreese. Man, I forgot what it was called. It was the Advent. Yeah. I've such a hard time with these names sometimes, but like it was like one of the Flandreese. It was the Flandreese quick play spell that essentially went from like being worth $2 to $5 to being worth like $15 to $20 because everything else got reprinted except for that card, and then that just pretty much became like pretty much like it actually no, yeah, I was about to say, I was gonna say it wasn't meta. It was meta. It was like one of the top, like the tier 1 strategies when it had a Barrier of the Stormwind. So I could kind of see the same thing happening to where this card kind of goes to like $10 to $12 just because it's you know it's really good, and Labyrinth is starting to really take its place in the meta, especially with, you know, Eradicator, Epidemic Virus running around. That really kind of like hits a lot of popular strategies and kind of like evens the playing field with this trap deck. So I wouldn't be surprised if this card kind of goes up in the next couple weeks. So speaking about the Legend, we're gonna go over like the pre-sales, and honestly, like the pre-sales are not really too, you know, like too crazy. A lot of these card prices are very much going to crash. So I kind of just want to take a look at where some of this at. Like a lot of, like we're looking at like Assault Synchron at 16 to $17, Duality about $14 to $15, Zeus at about $10. I'm kind of predicting this to kind of maybe be around like the 10 to 12, similar 10 to 12, maybe 8. Zeus's hoping for like 5 to 7s. These right here, I kind of see these dropping to like maybe, well, like maybe like 3, 5, like $3 to $5. These kind of similar, $3 to $5. Like I kind of expect a lot of these cards to like I don't want to say like a big drop, but I do kind of see like 50% plus to like a lot of these drops. Like it also isn't very much like a guarantee, because like there is some times where maybe it only drops like $1 or $2, but it is possible for like a lot of these prices to go even lower. So if you're waiting for these cards, just give it a little time. It could get even better. If we go to the second page, we got like a lot of other stuff. So you got the Foggy Tune, that is another really good reprint, and then you also got the Water Entrance of the Temple. A lot of this stuff I can see it going to even lower, like one, maybe even like under $1 secret rares. Super Polymerization, this is like a really good card. I want to pick these up when the set drops. I want to pick up a lot of copies of this card. I really think that as long as they don't get rid of Super Poly is another card kind of similar to Joan Lockbird, evenly matched, Veiler, Ash Blossom, and Impermanence that are like really good, but don't always fit in the current meta. But when they're good, and you need them. So this is something that I really kind of want to like get into. Also the Dangers, I do like kind of this danger stuff. Number 92 Hard Earth, this is kind of a really good reprint. I was actually working on my number collection, and I realized that like, yeah, this really hasn't got a reprint in a long time. So it's kind of cool to see this card having its getting its reprint. A lot of other kind of common stuff. So it's also good. It's good to see a lot of this stuff here. This too. You never know when this card kind of will be useful. Again, Ogre Dance, and also the Junk Archer. I really do like this, and the Dimensional Fissure. I do like these two reprints. Like this one, because I think even the common ones are still like in the $3 range. So having this one will kind of like make it easier to get even at the price. And the Junk Archer for Edison format is always good to get these Edison reprints. But we do need Toad. Hopefully I will work on a video talking about the 5 cards I feel like we desperately need reprints of, so hopefully that'll be coming soon. Look out for that video. So continue talking about reprints, we got Baronne de Fleur. I know I've been talking about this card a lot lately, but just because it's like, I don't want to say it's kind of going like everywhere, but it's always been relevant. And another way that this card's been relevant is it's starting to go down, and the reason why it's going down is because Konami just announced their like 25th like special like rarity collection anniversary set. I don't 100% remember exactly what it's supposed to be, because I know like they're using like some of the rarities from the OCG and they're bringing it over here to the TCG, and one of the cards they're doing that too is Baronne de Fleur. And with that, I kind of see the price of the this one going down. This is like the legendary duel, so the original one's starting to kind of go down a little bit. It was kind of in the $60 range, and then now it's kind of started going down to 52. Looks like you're able to kind of pick it up for 48. These two for 48, but if people continue to post them at this price, I can see them kind of going down like a little bit more. So this is another card that's kind of slowly gonna start going down just because people are gonna be afraid of the reprint, because I think this card has potential to be a 25th anniversary Starlight Rare, whatever it is. So yeah, like this card is going to have some pretty good competition for its like for which version they're gonna want. And another card that was announced that in that set that I noticed that started to go down, which hurt me, is Borreload Savage Dragon. This card was, I'm confident this card was announced as going to be in that set, and I think it also could come in the 25th anniversary, Starlight Rare. And this is a card that I actually did invest in, so I'm kind of just I was kind of hoping to I was kind of hoping to ride, Super Heavy Samurai and Manadome all the way into the middle of the summer, maybe kind of release this card, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. But you never know with Yu-Gi-Oh! That kind of happened with Zeus. Zeus was like kind of high for a while just because it had its reprint announced, but it was so far off and it didn't have a reprint that if you needed Zeus, you had to pay a lot of money for it. So maybe I might hold on a while, see what kind of happens. But for right now, if you're trying to get Borreload Savage Dragon, I kind of pick them up. We're looking at like the secret rares going for about $9. Ultra, these ultra rares 12. These were 20s. These secret rares were like almost in the $18 range. These were kind of going into like the $18, $19, $20 range. So all this stuff is looking like it's losing value. So if you need this card, I would, if you want these ready specifically, I'd kind of pick them up. And then the last card that I want to talk about is Gemini Soldier. I went looking for this card because I thought maybe I might have it. I do have like a box full of like older stuff, and I did not have it. I had one. I said Gemini Summoner. I have a Gemini Summoner, but I did not find Gemini Soldier, which is the card that just recently went up because someone used this as like a little engine, I think in their hero deck, because of Gemini Spark and then the Neo's Alias. So they kind of use this as like a little engine, and I guess it really did, obviously it got some results. So like this card got some hype. It literally just has the one printing, so it was worth nothing, and then shot up to be worth about $6 to $7. So if you have this card, well, even more actually, mod plays are like $9, and then light plays are $10. So if you just happen to have this card kind of chilling in your bulk, or maybe just for some reason love Geminis and you have this card in there, bam, you got a lot of money. And I would honestly just like post these because, well, okay, well, I don't know. If you need this for Edison, obviously don't post them. But like, if you're not playing Edison, just post them, because this is, I would just get your value now before they might have just crashed, because it might just be a quick little wave. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the